Do you work hard? Do you budget, save, and try to make all the right financial decisions only to find yourself, month after month, year after year, exactly where you started? Does it feel like just when you're about to get ahead, an unexpected car repair, a sudden medical bill, or a random crisis appears out of nowhere to wipe out your progress? You watch others seemingly float through life with financial ease, while you feel like you're running a race on a treadmill, putting in all the effort but never moving forward. You've read the books, listened to the gurus, and tried to manifest abundance, yet you remain stuck, always broke or just barely getting by. You've likely blamed yourself. You've thought, maybe I'm not smart enough, not disciplined enough, not worthy enough. But what if I told you that this struggle has nothing to do with your worth, your intelligence, or your effort? What if the financial ceiling you keep hitting wasn't built by you, but was inherited? What if the real reason you're always broke is not a personal failing, but a deep, invisible energetic pattern passed down through your bloodline? What if you are unknowingly operating under the influence of a generational curse of poverty? If this idea resonates with a part of you that has always felt that some unseen force was working against you, then you are in the right place. In this critical session at the Etheric Doctor, we are going to pull back the veil on one of the most powerful and misunderstood forces that can shape our destiny. We will diagnose the 7 undeniable signs that a generational curse is the true architect of your financial struggles. This is not about blame or fatalism. This is about diagnosis. Because once you can name the invisible enemy, you can finally begin the work of breaking its power over your life, forever. Before we proceed, I want you to take a moment and reflect on your family's history with money. Think of your parents, your grandparents. What were their beliefs about wealth? What were their struggles? If you recognize your own financial story and theirs, then this session is not just important, it is essential. The patterns of the past do not have to dictate your future. If you are ready to be the one who breaks the chain, the one who heals your lineage and reclaims your birthright of abundance, then take a moment now to subscribe to the Etheric Doctor. This is where the healing of generations begins. Join us, and let us empower you with the knowledge to rewrite your financial destiny. A generational curse, particularly one of poverty, is not a dramatic hex cast by an ancient sorcerer. It is far more subtle and insidious. It is an energetic and psychological blueprint of lack, struggle, and financial limitation that is passed down from one generation to the next. This blueprint is woven into your DNA, your subconscious mind, and your auric field from the moment you are born. It's a set of limiting beliefs, emotional patterns, and energetic frequencies that you inherit, just as you inherit the color of your eyes or the shape of your nose. Your ancestors, through their own traumas, hardships, and unhealed wounds around money, created this blueprint. They may have lived through wars, famines, or economic depressions. They may have believed that money is evil, that rich people are greedy, or that they were simply not destined for wealth. These beliefs, charged with powerful emotions, didn't die with them. They became energetic imprints, passed down to their children, and then to their children's children. You are living out this inherited script without even realizing it. The curse works by creating a frequency fence around your energy field. It sets a limit on the amount of abundance you are subconsciously allowed to receive. Anytime you get close to breaking through that limit, the curse activates a self-sabotaging mechanism to pull you back down to the familiar, safe frequency of lack. The unexpected bill, the bad investment, the sudden job loss. These are not random acts of bad luck. They are often the curse's way of maintaining the status quo, of keeping you within the energetic poverty line of your ancestors. Now, let's diagnose the first and most telling sign that this invisible force is at play in your life. Warning sign. Number 1. The just enough or feast or famine cycle. Examine the rhythm of money in your life. Do you find that you always have just enough to get by, but never enough to truly thrive? You get a raise, but then your rent increases by the same amount. You receive a small bonus, and suddenly your car's transmission fails. It feels like you're on a financial hamster wheel, always running but staying in the same place. This is the just enough pattern, and it's a classic symptom of a poverty curse. The curse allows you enough to survive, because its purpose is not to destroy you, but to keep you trapped within the known energetic territory of your lineage. Thriving is seen as a dangerous, unknown land. Alternatively, you might experience the feast or famine cycle. You might land a great contract, or have a wonderful month in your business, feeling a huge sense of relief and abundance. The feast. But this period of prosperity is always short-lived and is inevitably followed by a period of extreme lack, the famine. The curse allows a temporary breakthrough, but its gravitational pull is too strong. It yanks you back with a force that feels like cosmic whiplash. This cycle is incredibly damaging because it trains your nervous system to associate abundance with impending loss. You start to fear success because you subconsciously know that a period of lack is right around the corner. If your financial life is a roller coaster of highs and lows with no stable middle ground, or a flat line of just barely getting by, this is a powerful indicator that you are not in control of your financial destiny. An external, inherited pattern is. Warning. Sign number 2. A deep-seated, irrational guilt or anxiety around having money. Pay attention to how you feel when you have money. When a large sum enters your bank account, is your first emotion joy and security? Or is it a strange, creeping anxiety? Do you feel an immediate compulsive urge to spend it, to get rid of it, as if holding on to it is somehow dangerous or wrong? This is not a simple case of poor money management. This is the emotional signature of a generational poverty curse. Your ancestors may have developed a belief that having money made them a target for jealousy, theft, or divine punishment. They may have believed that being poor made them more humble or spiritually pure. These beliefs are now stored in your energetic body. When you acquire money, you are subconsciously violating your family's unwritten code. This triggers an internal alarm system, flooding you with guilt, anxiety, or a sense of unworthiness. You might think, who am I to have this much when my parents struggled so hard? You might feel like an imposter, undeserving of the wealth you've created. To relieve this intense discomfort, you will unconsciously find ways to sabotage your own abundance. You'll go on a spending spree, make a risky investment, or lend money to someone you know will never pay you back. This self-sabotage is not a character flaw. It's your subconscious mind desperately trying to return you to the emotionally safe state of lack that your lineage has known for generations. If having money makes you feel more stressed than being broke, you are carrying the emotional weight of your ancestors' poverty. Warning sign. Number 3. You harbor resentment or negative judgments towards wealthy people. Listen closely to your own inner monologue and the words you speak about money and wealthy individuals. Do you find yourself automatically thinking or saying things like, rich people are all greedy, they must have cheated to get that, or money is the root of all evil? Do you feel a pang of resentment or envy when you see someone else's success? While it's easy to dismiss this as a political or social opinion, it is often a deeply ingrained energetic program. This is the voice of the generational curse, masquerading as your own. This program works as a powerful repellent. The universe cannot deliver to you something that you secretly despise. By holding on to the belief that wealth is bad and wealthy people are immoral, you are energetically telling the universe, keep that away from me. I don't want to be one of them. It's a form of spiritual self-protection that has a devastating side effect. It keeps you perpetually broke. This belief system was likely a coping mechanism for your ancestors. It was easier for them to demonize wealth than to face the pain of their own lack. They passed this coping mechanism down to you. The curse cleverly disguises itself as a high moral ground, making you feel righteous in your poverty. But it is a gilded cage. If you cannot genuinely celebrate the success of others, if you feel a bitter taste in your mouth when you think of the rich, you have identified one of the core pillars of the poverty curse that is actively blocking the flow of abundance into your own life. Warning. Sign number 4. A pattern of unexplained losses and self-sabotage. Look back at your life and identify the major financial setbacks you've experienced. Do you see a recurring pattern? Perhaps you are a brilliant entrepreneur, but every time one of your businesses is on the verge of a major breakthrough, something inexplicable happens to derail it. A key partner suddenly backs out. A freak accident destroys your inventory. A new regulation makes your business model obsolete overnight. Or perhaps you are a diligent saver, but every time your savings account reaches a certain threshold, a number that represents a new level of financial security, a crisis erupts that requires that exact amount of money to solve. This is not just bad luck. This is the curse's self-preservation mechanism in action. Your energy field has a set point for abundance, inherited from your family. When your actual wealth begins to exceed this set point, the curse triggers an event in your external reality to bring you back into alignment with the familiar frequency of struggle. This is the essence of self-sabotage. It feels external, like the world is against you, but its origins are internal. It is your own subconscious programmed by the curse that is attracting these accidents and crises. If you can look back and see a clear pattern of reaching for success only to have it snatched away at the last second, time and time again, you are not cursed by the universe. You are living under the influence of a curse that resides within you. Warning. Sign number 5. You feel a strong, unspoken loyalty to your family's struggle. This is the most subtle and emotionally complex sign of all. Do you feel on a deep, unspoken level that becoming significantly wealthier than your parents or siblings would be a form of betrayal? Do you worry that if you became successful, it would create a distance between you and your loved ones? That they would resent you, be jealous of you, or that you would no longer fit in? This is an incredibly powerful, albeit subconscious loyalty pact. You are choosing to remain in a state of financial struggle not because you have to, but to maintain your sense of belonging and connection to your family of origin. Your success would highlight their lack, and your subconscious mind, in a misguided act of love, wants to protect them from that pain. So, you hold yourself back. You dim your own light so as not to outshine them. You unconsciously reject opportunities for wealth because, on a soul level, the fear of emotional abandonment is greater than the desire for financial freedom. This is the tragic paradox of the poverty curse. It masquerades as love and loyalty. It convinces you that staying small is an act of kindness, but a true act of love would be to heal this pattern for yourself, and in doing so, become a beacon of possibility for your entire lineage. If the thought of earning 10 times more than your father ever did fills you with a strange mix of excitement and dread, you have uncovered the emotional heart of the generational curse. Warning sign number 6. You have a chronic inability to receive. How do you react when someone offers you a genuine compliment, a gift, or an offer of help? Do you accept it with grace and gratitude? Or do you immediately feel uncomfortable, deflect the compliment, refuse the gift, or insist on paying for everything yourself? This inability to receive is a core symptom of an ingrained poverty consciousness. The curse has taught you that you are not worthy of receiving without an immediate and often greater act of giving in return. You have been programmed to believe that your value lies only in what you can do for others, not in who you are. This manifests financially as a difficulty in charging what you are worth for your services, a reluctance to ask for a raise, or an inability to accept financial help even when you desperately need it. You are more comfortable in the role of the giver, the martyr, the one who struggles and sacrifices. The energy of receiving feels foreign and unsafe. The universe is constantly trying to send you abundance in many forms: a kind word, a helping hand, a business opportunity, a financial gift. But your energetic field is programmed to repel it. You are like a house with all its doors and windows barricaded from the inside. The gifts are being left on your doorstep, but you refuse to open the door to let them in. This is not humility. This is a trauma response, an inherited pattern of unworthiness that is suffocating your ability to receive the abundance that is your birthright. Warning sign number. Acknowledging these 7 signs is the most crucial step you can take towards healing your financial reality. It is the moment you stop blaming yourself and start recognizing the true, invisible enemy you have been fighting your entire life. This is not about blaming your ancestors. They did the best they could with the knowledge and circumstances they had. This is about honoring them by choosing to evolve. You have been chosen, by your soul and by your lineage, to be the one who finally breaks this chain. The protocol for breaking a generational curse is a sacred and profound act of spiritual alchemy. It begins with a conscious and vocal declaration of your freedom. Find a quiet moment, stand before a mirror, look into your own eyes, and say these words with power and conviction. I, state your full name, with love and honor for all who came before me, now declare the generational curse of poverty and lack officially broken. It ends here. It ends with me. I release my ancestors from this burden, and I release myself. From this day forward, I am open and receptive to all the wealth, abundance, and prosperity that is my divine birthright. And so it is. Feel the power of these words resonating through every cell of your body. Next, you must begin the work of rewriting your subconscious programming. Every night, just before you fall asleep, when your mind is in the receptive alpha state, repeat these affirmations. I am worthy of wealth. I am a magnet for money. I release all inherited beliefs of lack and limitation. My family's financial story is not my own. I create a new legacy of abundance, starting now. Do this for at least 30 consecutive days to begin forging new neural pathways. Finally, You must take a new action in the physical world that symbolizes your break from the old pattern. This could be opening a new savings account dedicated solely to your thriving fund. It could be raising the prices of your services to reflect your true value. It could be buying yourself one small, beautiful object that makes you feel wealthy and abundant without an ounce of guilt. This physical act anchors the energetic and psychological work you have done into your tangible reality. This is your moment of liberation. You are the healer your ancestors have been waiting for. By breaking this curse, you are not just changing your own life. You are sending waves of healing backward through your family line and forward to all the generations yet to come. You are turning a legacy of lack into a legacy of light. Embrace this sacred duty with courage. Your journey to true abundance begins not with a financial plan, but with this profound act of spiritual freedom.